What's going on, guys? This is Banks here with another video. It's going to be a different type of video. In this video, we're going to be discussing the topic, is Fortnite dying? Discussing is Fortnite dying? Personally, my opinion, I say no. Fortnite's a game that I fell in love with 2 years ago. 3 years ago, actually. I've been playing it almost every day since it came out. And people are really not feeling the game right now. But if you think about it, right? If the game was the same for the last 3 years, you wouldn't want to play it. The game would be dead if they didn't change anything. Everybody's saying go back to old Fortnite. They added all this stuff. All the stuff they added to the game actually helped the game live longer. If they didn't add anything in the first place, this game would have been dead in a year. Maybe even 2. And then people say, skill-based matchmaking, there's sweats. Okay, let's take Warzone for example. When you get into there, and you don't get 0 kills, right? Die every single game. Players that are just way better than you. It makes you not want to play. It gets you frustrated. You don't want to play the game when you keep dying over and over again. And that's what Fortnite has taken into consideration. They don't want the new players to feel discouraged to play the game. So skill-based matchmaking is something that has to be, you know? And do not mind skill-based matchmaking. I love the way Fortnite is right now. I win most of my games. So skill-based is not really an issue for me. But there's a lot of people that complain about it. YouTubers complain about it, right? And they want to go back to the days when they were pub stomping noobs. But they don't think the people that they're pub stomping are people too. And they don't want to die every single game. I wouldn't want to die every single game. I would have quit. I've died from getting shot in the back. And that is a big issue. Third party. It is annoying when it happens, but it's a part of the game that you can't control. Like, if you see a fight, you see two people fighting, what do? You push it, right? 3 kills. It makes sense. It'd be stupid for you not to push it. So, there's nothing you can do about that. But one of the biggest issues Fortnite has, and why a lot of people are quitting, is Fortnite competitive. This game, in my opinion, is not meant to be played competitively. It's meant to be played for fun. It's a battle royale, RNG. There's nothing you can do to make this game competitive. Let's say the best player in the world gets a great pump. Then you have, let's say, the 10th best player in the world gets a gold pump. That 10th best player knows what he's doing. He has the better weapon. 9 times out of 10, he's going to win the fight. It's just that simple. If you don't have enough mats in the end game, you're going to die. Doesn't mean you're bad. There's nothing you can do to control that factor. Fortnite's not meant to be competitive. It's meant to be for fun. And when they made the decision to make Fortnite competitive, it killed the game. Also, another thing, Fortnite crossplay. Pitting PlayStation, console, etc. in lobbies with PC, mobile, iPad. That's a really terrible idea. Okay. When I get into a lobby with a PlayStation player or a PC player, it's not a problem to me because I think I'm pretty good at the game. But everybody doesn't feel the same way. Not everybody's confident in their skill level. There's tons of people that I know that have quit Fortnite because of cross-platform, like getting into lobbies with PC players. Not even the skill-based matchmaking part, it's just putting people in lobbies with a different platform, right? It's annoying. Ping is also a problem. My ping is on, so I could use this point for the video. Look at my ping. It's at 100, that's high. Players who have high ping do not want to play the game. It's a ping-based game. It's just that simple. That's how it is. Usually I run 20 to 30 ping. I don't know why it's so high right now, but it's great it's high because it can prove my point. I win most of my games. I make montages, and every video of a montage I make, 10, 11 wins in it, right? That's a video. That's every video. It's not just one video, every other video. That's every single video. I'm getting 10 to 20 wins, right? So I can make that point pretty vividly. And I'm gonna probably not win a game in this video. So the biggest problem people have is like sword. Let's say the sword. Good example, perfect example. When the sword was added, people loved it, people hated it. I personally think from the start, it should never been competitive. As a company, as a gaming company that had the game running for, I say, maybe a year and a half, 2 years prior to the adding the sword, they should have known that would have been a really bad idea to add a weapon that can swing through builds, break anything, 2-tap opponents. You could, when it first was added, you could even build with the sword. Terrible option. Let's go back to, let's see, I want to say season 2, when the Zapatron was added. They took it out instantly. Because you know why? They saw it didn't fit the description of Fortnite. It didn't fit the Battle Royale genre. A sword would fit Battle Royale, but not this Battle Royale. A sword is our old type of weapon. This is a more of a modern type of Battle Royale game. So it doesn't fit Fortnite when they added it. So they should have took it out just based on that alone. But then to have it in public match, not to test it out before they added it to the game, it's just really bad. There's a lot of things that Epic does wrong. But we still played the game. We still played the game every day. There's people that complain about Fortnite being stale. You just have to remember what made you play this game. You have to make it fun for yourself. The game can't be the same for 3 years. If the game was the same for 3 years, nobody would play it. If this game was the same from when I first started, I would have quit a long time ago because it was stale. And then you have the content creators. You have to acknowledge them, right? They've made this game last longer than it should have. Lachlan, Laserbeam, McCreamy, Ninja, many more. Let's see, Phase Sway. That's a big one, Phase Sway. He made building the way it is today. The retakes, that was him. You might not want to admit it, but Phase Sway is the reason why people do retakes. He's the king of it. He's the first. He's the original. People like him brought people to the game. And look, on a side note, my ping went back down. So that's another thing. But back to the content creators. They've made this game live longer, okay? If it wasn't for them, this game would have been gone a long time ago. People like me, little small YouTubers that make videos, trying to make it, we don't really do much for the community except for, you know, have fun doing it. I'm making this video to hopefully a lot of people see it because it needs to be seen, but also for fun. This is my first time making a video like this, and I enjoy doing it. My ping's going back up. Interesting. But Fortnite is Fortnite. I've played other Battle Royale games. PUBG, Rules of Survival on a phone. It's a phone game. PUBG Mobile, Warzone, Blackout, Firestorm, I think it's called, from Battlefield 5. And you know what set them apart from everything? Building. That's the main mechanic that brought people to Fortnite. The building. People build too much. I agree. People build way too much nowadays. But that's what brought them to the game. And nobody's gonna be bad at it 3 years later. The building is gonna have to improve eventually. And that's what it did. It improved. People don't like that. If you play an instrument for 3 years straight, you're not gonna be bad at it anymore. If you practice that instrument every day for 3 years and are really passionate about it, what's gonna happen? You're gonna get good at it. The same thing for the game. People that play Call of Duty, when you first started playing, bad. There's a spare few that were good when they started, right? But you don't quit Call of Duty because people are good, do you? No. Mainly people that quit Call of Duty came to Fortnite, right? And if you didn't come to Fortnite, you kept playing Call of Duty. Nobody complains about Call of Duty not adding enough content, about people being too good, skill-based matchmaking. Nobody complains about it in that game. It's because Fortnite spoiled the players that they expect everything and anything. But that's not how it is. It's a gaming company. You know, they have human limits like we have limits. Coming up with ideas every week isn't maybe the easiest thing. I mean, they could pick up the speed from last season. It was really slow, I will say that. But you have to take in consideration that there's people just like we are. Okay, so Fortnite crossplay. Do I think it should be taken out? And I say yes. In public matches, Fortnite crossplay should be taken out of the game. You know why? It's not fair for console players to go against PC. They're just too good. In other games, there's no cross-platform, right? Except for other battle royale games. And then you have creative too. It should be a thing in creative, playground, battle lab. It's fair in those modes because those are the modes that aren't really taken that serious. Those are just modes for fun. Playing with friends, cross-platform should be allowed. Every game should have that. A mode where you can just play with friends maybe on the same platform. That should be a thing. Or if you have friends, put the people that play with their friends on other platforms with those other people that are doing the same thing. They should implement that into the game. Now, other things that I think should be added to Fortnite. First person mode. They was talking about that a couple of years ago. It still hasn't seen to the game. That would be a great addition to Fortnite. But with all that being said, Fortnite is still a game that I can come home from school and still play. It's a game that I still love. Many people hate it, people love it. That's just the way it's gonna be. But a game this popular, it's been #1, top 5, right, in the world for 3 years. What can you say? What other game can you say that's doing that? That's this big, that's as big as this, like map-wise, the stuff you can do in it. It's a battle royale. There's no other battle royale games that have been living for this long, right? So to see that this game has done it is an accomplishment. You should be proud about it. Instead of complaining every time you die or every time something doesn't go your way, just say GG and ready up again, get into your next game. Because if you really think about it, it's a good game. It's a really good game. People love playing this game. You can look forward to coming home to play this game. But yeah, that's my video. If you enjoy what I had to say, like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Is Fortnite dying? Answer that and let me know what you think. I'll be sure to respond. And I'll see you guys in the next video. It's been a great time talking to you guys. Peace.